Hello and welcome to the Maternity Diary. Today we have an exciting game to play. Yay! Get ready, sit back and enjoy. And we are live. Yummy mummies and mummies to be, yummy daddies and daddies to be, welcome to today's video on the Maternity Diary. Today we are going to play a very exciting game called the Never Have I Ever, the parents edition of that. And we at Maternity Diary are going to have a little twist to it today. So for every have nots, I will be getting a point, and to every have, I will be putting up $1 for each one of them. So at the end of this video, one lucky subscriber who comments on this video will be chosen to win the accumulated $1. So sit back and let's have some fun together. So number one question is, have you ever dozed off in a toilet? Hell no, I haven't done that. No, I haven't done that at all. I mean, I can't imagine doing that. No matter how tired I am, to doze off on the toilet. No, maybe in the bathtub, I could possibly do that, but not in the toilet. Next question, have you ever run an errand to get away? Yes, I've done that like multiple times. Forgive me. I've done that so many times. Especially, you know, when you're in an awkward situation and you need to get yourself out. I just run an errand and I'm away.
I beg your pardon?
I just run an errand and I'm
Oh, yes, I have teared up like several times, especially when it has come to my kids. Like for instance, for my first child, I remember a few weeks to his first birthday, I did have his godfather around, and like I was like, I feel like today my son is going to walk. And I mean, I was joking about it, and a few hours after he left, I just like put my son in a corner somewhere and I was like, okay, get up, come to mommy, come to mommy. And as if it was like a joke, this child actually started walking towards me. I mean, it was all tears of joy. I don't know where the tears came from, but then I just started crying. Number 4, have you ever been bitten by your kid? Oh, every breastfeeding mom will tell you yes, they have been bitten by their kids, maybe once, twice, me multiple times. And for my second son, anytime he's about to bite me, like I remember he'll just have this funny smile, like cheeky smile, and then I know, oh my god, I better take my I better take it out of his mouth, else I'm finished. Oh! Number 5, have you ever caught puke in your hands? Oh yes, multiple times, like when my kids have not been well and they are like throwing up, and let's say we are in bed together, and I mean, I don't want to soil the bed. I could change the bed sheets and everything, but then it's a lot of work. So immediately when I see that they're about to puke, you should see me like superwoman. I just grab it and catch it and then quickly like to put it like in something at the side. Like I've done that like multiple times. Honestly, I don't know how fast I am until that actually happens. The next one is, have you ever Googled your child's symptoms? Oh yes, I've done that like countless occasions. Even when my doctor actually tells me this is what you should do, or this is what the symptom is all about, like I still am like, oh, let me just see if there are other parents also going through the same thing. I just want to be sure it's not just me, you know. Okay, the next question is, have you ever lost sleep in those results? No, never. I mean, I do read like scary things on the internet, but nothing really prompts me to be scared, especially if their doctor hasn't said anything like that's scary about like their symptoms. Why should I be scared? You know, I don't believe 100% of the things that I see on the internet. So yeah, there you have it. Have you ever bribed your child? Be honest. So to be honest with you, I do bribe them every day. Like just 2 days ago, I was taking my son to the daycare, and all I noticed was like my first had gone to hide under the table in the kitchen. And I mean, sometimes in the morning you don't have the energy to like be like, let's go, blah blah blah. I wasn't in the mood for all of that. All I did was I just grabbed a small pack of Smarties, and all I did was I started shaking it, chicka 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 chicka, and started walking towards the door. And as if this was magic, this boy just comes out of under the table and comes straight to the door with me.
Oh my God! Wow!
So well, mummies and daddies, that's your magic there. Sometimes you don't have to like use too much energy trying to say something or explain something. No, I just hand it over and it worked. I mean, I just gave him just one pebble out of it, but then that is worth like fighting or shouting in the morning. No. Next question, have you ever screwed up your child's name? Why would I gave him the name. I mean, I was instrumental in giving him the name. Why would I screw up my child's name? No. Even though like people do mess it up sometimes, and sometimes I'm like, really? It's just a 4-letter word. I mean, come on. How difficult can it be? Okay, so the next question is, have you incorrectly guessed what was in a picture that you drew? Most of the time. I mean, I have a toddler, he can't draw anything, barely, but I mean, he can identify shapes and say this is this, this is that, but then he can barely draw anything. And there was a day he drew something, he was like, oh dinosaur, and I was like, okay, let me see the dinosaur you've drawn. I go and it's one huge circle, like irregular circle, you know. And I'm like, really, this is the dinosaur? So I was like, oh, your dinosaur is pretty. But but then if he hadn't said that, honestly, I would have said, oh, this is an orange, this is an apple. Okay, so the next one is, have you ever lied to your kid about time? I mean, why would I lie about time? They don't even have, like, they don't understand the concept of time. All they know is it's daytime, it's nighttime, and that's it. They don't know what 10 o'clock is or 7 o'clock is. So no, I haven't. Have you ever said okay with 100% no clue? Every every toddler mom or dad does that. Like, especially like at that stage, they're so fascinated about chatting with you, and with that, like, you honestly cannot pretend. You can't say, oh, I don't understand what you're saying. Usually you try and be in a conversation with them, you're like, oh, okay, that sounds interesting. And for me, like, for both of my kids, even from the moment they were born, like, I tried to chat with them like they are old. And honestly, like, I had friends who would call me on the phone, and let's say they hear me talking, they're like, ah, wait, are you talking to your baby? And they're like, really, seriously? As if we are having like a proper chat, you know? Yeah. Okay. Next, have you ever lost a toy on purpose? Come on! Which parent hasn't ever lost a toy on purpose? I mean, we all do it. And my son has this toy. It's a dinosaur, but it's really hard. So sometimes, like, we are scared that maybe they'll trip on it. Maybe while holding it, he's running around and then he trips on it and gets hurt. So we actually have to hide the toy many times, and he does love to sleep with this dinosaur. And imagine if he rolls on it and then it breaks him, and it's a dinosaur with a very long tail, and imagine how sharp it is. So we always hide it, and we're like, oh, it's lost, dinosaur, it's lost, we can't find dinosaur, where's dinosaur? And sometimes I actually end up like helping him look for the dinosaur, knowing very well where I put it. So I'll be like, hello dinosaur, where are you dinosaur? Where are you dinosaur? Come here dinosaur, we miss you.
Wait a minute, who are you?
Okay, so the next question is, have you ever used your kid as an excuse every single time? I mean, I've used my kids as excuse many times, but then, well, not at work. I mean, if you're my employer and you're watching this, please, 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 I've never used my kid as an excuse.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Please, 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 I've never used my kid as an excuse.
I've said I had to do something because of my kids. I really did have to. So please, 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 this is not for you.
Wait for it. Here it comes.
Please, 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 this is not for you.
Have you ever whisper screamed? Yes, every single day I do whisper scream, especially like when one is sleeping and I don't want the other one to, like, I don't want him to wake up and the other one is like all running around and screaming. I just like be like, stop it, stop it. And now he also goes like, stop it whenever he especially like when he knows that his little brother is sleeping, then he'll be like, baby's sleeping, and he's trying to whisper, but he hasn't really like understood how whispering works, so he's shouting but he thinks he's whispering, like, baby's sleeping, you know. Okay, next question. Have you ever discovered food fossils? Oh yes, 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 yes. Every parent has discovered food fossils. And to those of you who don't know what food fossils are, so it's like a piece of like food that has been hidden somewhere for so long that it actually even begins to become moldy. You know, that is a food fossil. And I've found some many times. There was even a day I was doing something and at a corner I was like trying to clean up, and I'm someone who cleans very often, you know, but then I was so surprised to see a very old orange that was so, like, I think it had hardened up so much because it had been there for a long time. It had hardened up so much that like like I don't think a knife could pierce through, you know. Damn! Okay, next question. Have you ever thought of laughing at your kid all the time, especially like when they are very serious about chatting with you and they're like, oh, hi mommy, like they're saying something, they're so serious about it, but then either you do not understand half of what they're saying, or what they're saying like it's ridiculous, and you're trying to make them feel validated, like you don't want them to feel like, what are you talking about? So you're like, yes, yes, but then at the same time you're trying not to laugh, you know. Yeah. Next, have you ever wiped your kid with spit on your thumb? I find that to be so disgusting. Like growing up, I remember like I'll see that happening. I'm like, ew, that's so disgusting.
Stop it.
But guess what? I think I may have done this like once or twice in my life. Sorry if I've done that to you, my little boys. Like, I mean, sometimes like you have to do a quick clean and you can't like now go through your purse like looking for the wipes, so you quickly be like, you know. Sorry, I know it's disgusting, but most parents have done, especially the mothers. Have you ever randomly sung a kid's song all the time? I mean, even way before my kids were born. Like the age difference between my youngest brother and myself is about 15 years. So I'm like used to watching all these cartoons, all these songs, and I've been singing them many times. Sometimes on my own, I'm just then I randomly sing it, you know. So yes, I do that all the time. I mean, maybe we should try an episode where we sing all the kids songs that we know. They're just incredible, and I mean, it feels great to be a kid, you know, when you sing all those songs. Okay, all right, so we have the last question, which is, have you ever said parenty things like go potty to adults? Well, not go potty, but then I think I have, like bedtime, or maybe, do you want to pee pee before we leave? I think I've done that, like, but I'm not exactly sure. I can't exactly remember. Yeah. So guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video, this very fun game that we played, and I will be choosing a random subscriber who comments under this video. You can comment about, like, maybe if there's one of the questions that you want to answer that you've done, you can just give a quick comment on that. Or maybe there's something that we haven't mentioned here. You can actually write it down in the comment section and let's have some fun together. And who knows, you could be the lucky winner of, yeah. And hopefully I did get a lot wrong, because I actually have no idea how many wrongs I had. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time, stay happy, stay healthy, stay beautiful, and don't forget that God loves you.
I'ma live my life like it's my last day. Live my life like it's my last day. So I'ma live